Hello YouTube, this is William. Mama has requested a fish bait. Mama has requested a spatula for canning, and she wants it pretty wide and with a little bit of a long handle. So I've got this old piece of firewood here that's about half rotten. I'm hoping to get enough out of the heart of it to make this happen. So today we're going to be using the little Whittler or Whittler that you can pre-order now until the 15th of July 2020. You can pre-order one on my website at wcknives.com under the available custom knives webpage. There will be a link in the description below, and the pre-order will be open for everyone until the 15th of July. Then it will be closed. You can also order this little draw knife that we're going to be using as well. So we're going to get this thing kicked off and see if we can't get that spatula for Mom. Stick with me. The problem with this pin oak is it just wants to split on you in all the wrong places. So you can't get a piece of that off. Oh, I might have something like that. And again, when you want control cuts, don't baton your knife, baton the axe. Big little bitch. See what sign of shazing these things pulling off? So, man, it is hot already this morning. This thing comes off. Yeah, when you want to do some fine shaping, turn it over like a chisel. Do those precise control cuts. Alright, let's kind of shape it up a little bit with a little Whittler. Alright folks, man, it is hot. It's early in the morning here, and it's already, the humidity is probably 95-96%. Temperatures in the low 90s. Man, it must be summer. I mean, I'm just soaking wet. But anyway, after that, I mean, this is seasoned pin oak. The edge is still fine, even though it's a very fine edge. And I recommend, if you're going to do a lot of this dense carving, to put a little slight back bevel on it, because it is such a fine edge. But it is a very robust edge, very durable edge, and it probably, yeah, it still shave. You can see that hair there or not, even after doing this. Okay, so the heat treat and everything on those is about 60 to 62, so it's a very hard edge. but it still is durable. These knives have been cryo treated. All right, here's the little whittler right here, and we're just going to kind of finesse it up a little bit. Go through that, power through that knot there. See how it just eats out. I mean, just eats through wood like a little angry beaver. And if these things are popular, then we may do a little carver, which has a little bit longer blade. I call this the whittler because the blade on it is, I mean, it's like a little whittler. It's a whittler. It's not really a carver. A carver typically has a little bit longer blade. So, and do the same options that we've offered on this one, as far as just the blade, different price points, so everybody gets the opportunity to get one. Eventually, if all goes according to plan and people still want them, then you may end up with a complete carving kit without having to spend a lot of money up front, just buying it a piece at a time, like with Johnny Cash and the Cadillac. We'll get it one piece at a time. But again, I mean, you can see that, you know, this little whittler, even in this seasoned pin oak, it just eats the wood. That little old 12-degree Scandi on either side with my heat and cryo treat, even on 01. Tell you what, it's really hard to beat. And we put it up against all the crucible steels and everything else that, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I mean, just huge curls. I mean, just hogging some wood off. And yet, you know, you still got that ability with those thumb scallops. So those chest levers, very controlled cuts. I don't know if you guys can see these things flying by. I may try to slow it down. But I think if you're going to have a carving kit or a self-reliance kit on a homestead, then you need little carving tools like this. Because, I mean, you know, with a little bit more skill than what I've got, I mean, I'm not too interested in purdy, but more into function. And with just a little bit more time, and in cooler weather, I may spend a little bit more time on it. But the main thing is that Mama wanted a functional little spatula. I say little. She wanted a bigger spatula than the ones I made her already, so she can get down in those big canning pots and stir. So that's pretty much what this is. So I'll hit it with a little bit of sandpaper. And that blade's just as tight now as it will 10 years from now, because it's pegged. If you can see those pegs in there, those little light colored pegs. So the blade is set probably about that deep with epoxy, and it's 1/4 inch tang, has a 1/4 inch hole. So, and then it's pegged on top of the epoxy, so it's very tight. It's wedged in there. It's not going anywhere. Okay, let's talk about the handle for a minute. You know about the blade, and like I said, I just told you about how far it's inset and how it's set. But the handle is a little bit different too. The more, I love the shape of the more, a little, I don't forget what number it is, but it's a little small, little whittler, I call it. I thought that was a great design, and what this is kind of based off of. I'm sweating so much, my cap is soaked. But it was too round. It wanted to slip and slide in my hand. So this one is almost, it's not quite square, but it's not oval either. It's got flat sides so that you can hold on to it. You know where that knife's at. It's got a little bit of a palm swell, so even when you're doing those chest lever cuts with those thumb scallops, it's still a secure fit. It's a secure hold. Because as I've always said, a knife that you control is a safer knife. So in order to control that knife, you have to have some good ergonomics on your handle. And you also want a handle for, I mean, since this is a whittler, you're going to be holding this knife for a long time, for hours, supposedly. And so you want something that's going to be comfortable, that's going to be large enough to fit in your hand, and you can hold it and squeeze it and not have any hot spots. Okay? So that's what this handle is. And then at the bottom, it's got this little hook here. That's for your little pinky. All right? For some reason, many of the handles, they don't thin down here so that you have a place for your pinky to go. So your pinky's way out here, and it gets to hurting after a while. That poor little pinky. But anyway, so I narrowed it down there for that pinky, and also contoured it right here for the pinky. So I mean, even with this, it's a little bit different design for my handles, but still there's a lot of thought goes into it. Back here, that little part right there is flat, so it has a place to rest your thumb, because this spine is a 90-degree spine. All my knives have a 90-degree spine because they're so useful. I mean, even for polishing your you can see all that fluff and everything going off of there. Okay, that's for scraping your end product, for polishing your spoons or table legs or whatever you're carving. Bush pot hangers, I mean, just all kinds of stuff that you can use this for. Even for little crafts, you know, around the house. It's got a little neck pouch that you can get with it as an option. So, I mean, it's not only just a whittler, it's a crafts knife as well. But anyway, that flat part there is for those thumb cuts. So those push cuts, so you got a place to put your thumb, and you don't have to use the spine of the knife, okay? So you can just use your thumb right there on that flat spot and do your push cuts without cutting your thumb on that spine. You can see that? Let me get the camera just right. See there, you got a place to push against the knife for those push cuts, alright? Instead of having to do on the spine of the knife and it being a 90-degree spine, it's sharp, okay? So that's what that's there for. So there's a lot of thought goes into it, other than just saying, yeah, it's a little whittler, alright? So anyway, I wanted to kind of do a follow-up video. I had to do this for Mom. What Mom wants, Mom gets whenever I can. She's been canning a lot because of the garden. Papa's garden is coming in, so she's canning a lot of peas and things, and needs something in there to stir that pot with. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little short video on these two tools, because I didn't do it justice on the introduction video. I mean, there's a lot of people that's already ordered them, but again, I wanted to kind of give you guys a better, clearer picture of what these knives are. Again, let you guys know, because like I said, if there's a lot of interest, and right now, you know, it's been out, well, as this video is being made, less than 24 hours, and it's already doing very well. So there's probably going to be another carver. I call this the whittler. It's probably going to be one called the carver, that's on the same scale, same basic setup as far as the handle's concerned. And also you can get this blade, just the blade, for $100, and you can put your own handle on there with all the everything else. And I'll link the introduction or the sales video about this and what the options are at the end of this video. So just look around at the top and you'll see a link. If you turn on your links, if you're on a TV, then you need to turn on your links so you can see the links. But anyway, there will be a link at the top of the screen for the previous video about this knife and what options you have. Or you can go to my website, wcknives.com, go to the knives page, a sub-menu will drop down. Go to available custom knives, and you'll see 3 listings for this, and you'll see 2 for the knife. One will be just for blade only. The other one will be for the blade with the red oak handle, and the option for the pouch if you want to add the pouch to it. The whole kit and caboodle is $150 plus shipping, so I mean that's a good deal in itself. And you can also have another listing to get the little draw knife, which has a leather sleeve included with that pricing. Pricing on the draw knife with the leather sleeve is like $185 plus shipping. All right. So anyway, and they match. Both of them have red oak handles. So the idea, like I've alluded to earlier in the video, I guess I left it in there in the video when I did the cuts. But the idea is to assemble somewhat of a carving kit at some point. And you know, we'll kind of do it a little at a time so that everybody's not out $1,000 right off the bat. So you just pay a little as you go and get the items that you really want, instead of just having to buy a kit. You're only going to need 2 of them. Okay, so that way this can be kind of a personalized kit. Options, choices. I'd like to give everybody as much choices as I can, and still be, you know, in that realm of productivity and still keep the lights on. Okay. So anyway, enough of me rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until the next one, you guys get you one of these kits and just get in the backyard. Man, it's hot. You can see sweat dripping off my cap brim. It's hot, folks. I mean, there's not a breath of air. It's just so still, hot, humid. It's like Texas in the summer. Wow, who would have figured that? Okay, all right. Man, I got chips all over me. You know, just everywhere, all my shirt. Chips are flying. All right, you guys, that's enough. You guys get in the backyard with a little stick. Be sure to take a child with you, get the opportunity. Don't forget those plenty of bad days and lots of knives. We'll catch you again soon.